Hey lady, you wanna hear me play the harmonica? Fellas, if you didn't know, competition has pushed men to great lengths to do the impossible, like going to the moon or becoming the world's fastest Rubik's Cuber. I'll be honest, one of these two is a little bit cooler than the other. But there's a niche category that actually scientifically molds man's greatness through primal competition. Look at the stats, it's scientifically proven. That's a picture of a cat. What's that very specific category? Well, at one point it was once considered the duel. But by today's standards, it's really known as the video game fighting genre. We got Soul Calibur, we got Tekken, we got Street Fighter, not can I forget, we got Mortal Kombat! And I got a personal connection with these games, not because I played them as a kid. No, actually during my infant stages of gaming, I actually spent a lot of time watching my brothers play these games and duke it out. And I'd sit there sucking on my blanket, hoping and waiting for them to just switch the game to Katamari so I could just listen to that song. Yeah. But there's one more game to add to that list, and it needs no introduction because, at least for me, it's number one on that fighting game genre list. Because it was the first game where, you know, the big dog, me, was able to play along with my brothers. Even though the controller may have not been, I don't think the controller is plugged in. Smash Bros was the first of its time, because before it, fighting games were very two-dimensional and focused strictly on the memorization of combos. Meaning, if you chose the wrong opponent, you could just get your ass beat with a flurry of combos, and all you could do was just sit there and take it in, and then go to the bathroom and cry until your mom came to pick you up. Let's just say Nintendo heard your tears hit the tile in the bathroom and gave us a little bit easier controls to play with, and gave us 2 extra spots for 2 extra friends that we don't have, but, you know, it's a nice option. 2 more computers. Woo, awesome. But also, dropped a toy chest of their iconic characters, allowing us to play as Link, Mario, the brand new character, Captain Falcon. Hello. What? An F-Zero? How does he have his powers then? Nintendo gave every fan one representative from every franchise that they love, helping create this expansive and impressive roster. I mean, look, we got Cloud, we got Mega Man, we got Mario, we got Marth, we got Marth. And to think this is all possible because someone had to question who was stronger, the pink puffball himself or this Italian man. And I'll give you a short answer, it's the pink one, it's Kirby, it's because his dad works at Nintendo. And the Smash Bros franchise also spans across multiple generations from 64 with polygons just duking it out, slapping each other, to what we have now with the elaborate Cloud versus Bowser versus Pac-Man versus Mega Man versus Sonic. I mean, if you were to tell me that this was possible back in the day, I would be like, yep, that's cool, man. Alright, Smash is also the only game where getting a new character is a huge event. Once that challenger alarm went off, the room would flood with all your friends and families and dogs and animals, and so you had a big audience to perform in front of. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you'd fumble the bag and you wouldn't get the new character because you can't perform under pressure. And then next thing you know, your older brother's coming up to you and going, hey man, why didn't you give me the controller? Wait, you too proud? You too cool to give me the controller? Listen man, we would have had Dr. Mario by now, but no, you had to try and do it by yourself. You orphan! And that little mechanic makes the game feel alive, makes it feel unique, adding that layer of mystery of who's gonna be in this game. I don't know, we have to figure out who it is. Because then you could go to lunch the next day as a kid and you go, hey Billy, did you know I unlocked a Roy? And then he goes, what the fuck is a Roy? And beyond this expansive and impressive roster, which I could go on about all day, these games are also very easy to pick up, but hard to master when it comes to their controls. Meaning if you get your gang together and play Smash, you're gonna have 2 types of players. You're gonna have the people who pick Kirby and just do up Bs the whole time and annoy you, versus the people who know what they're doing. I mean, holy shit. I'm mesmerized, but almost threw up just watching that. After seeing that monstrosity of gameplay, we can take a look at the evolution of controls throughout the Smash games. And for me personally, Smash Ultimate is the best version of the controls. That might be because I'm a little smooth brain and I don't know how Melee works with its wave dashing and all these different little techs and all this other cool stuff. My fingers don't work that way, look. And they do work with Joy-Cons, but if we took away the controls just for a minute, you can still see that Smash Ultimate has the most impressive roster we could ever see in any game up to this point, and probably ever. Look, they got Snake! And with great maps from every generation of the series, except Pokefloats, and with new items to throw at your friends, there is limitless replayability in the game for people who don't really play competitively. And if you want to torture yourself, well, just go play competitive and come crawling back. All right, it can't be that bad, right?
3, 2, 1.
All right, okay. And on top of all that, we received some of the best music Smash Bros. Has to offer. Now, Joy-Cons being an easy access controller, Smash Ultimate instantly becomes the best version for testing your friendships. Like for me personally, I got a buddy, we'll call him Jamari. He would come over to my room every day for 3 months after he found out that I had Smash. Him and I would play on those little tiny controllers because that's all I had. I don't have a TV. We just propped up the Switch, played on the Joy-Cons. And I would just whoop his ass every single night with my King K. Rool and top tier Olimar gameplay. But later, humility struck me like a bus because the two of us played after a wedding in the back of a truck, and he beat my ass. That was a couple of years after. He trained. I also had maybe about 1,000 beers in me, but you know, I guess you could say we're even. This ability to pick up and play makes Smash Ultimate my favorite version of the game. But that doesn't mean the past games are bad. No, Melee still has a very predominant competitive scene, and Brawl has a very great, and I mean great, single-player experience with the Subspace Emissary. I mean, it puts a tear to my eye. And Smash 64 has awesome mini-games to play, and the 3DS version had a whole game mode that was just like City Trial for Kirby Air Ride, and it's never coming back. And that's a dying shame. That's a dying shame! But I think it's truly amazing how a game all about our favorite characters fighting each other has stayed alive for so long and can bring so many people together, even though it's just about brute violence.